Mm-hmm.
that, you know, um, that that was sort of the idea as well for me, that to find out, um, what were her stance on the industry, and because she's well connected in terms of that, that was really my thing.
Yeah, of course.
And yeah, so that's really where it comes from for me.
Well, that's great. It's incredible that you were able to connect with her just out of what your connections already were on LinkedIn, and then how that all kind of went from there.
Exactly, and that's really one of the, yeah. And I thought one thing I thought that was interesting, like when how there were clips from other broadcasters and other, as you just pointed out a few minutes ago, that were featured in that book,
Hmm.
um, to get that idea kind of going. So yeah, no, I'm glad that. So do you feel? So let me ask you the question: do you feel that you'll finish it?
I think so. I genuinely didn't realize how long it was, but I'll definitely continue. It is a bit difficult to run straight through it, which is something that she actually points out before even getting to the forward, where it's kind of like she likens it to a cookbook in the sense that most people would just jump to the sections that they're interested in. But I am trying to just listen through as is, not really jumping around, not looking ahead.
No, I wouldn't suggest that. I would suggest just go through it. Just jump right through.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think I'll continue it because it is quite interesting in a lot of regards.
Yep, exactly. That's how I kind of did it too. Like that. That's the way I. That's the way I. That's the way I did it. It just kind of went through. Now, funny, interestingly enough, I was still in the middle of it when I had her on.
Okay.
So I think I got through 6 hours of it or something, or three, 5 hours of it.
And then had her on.
Correct. Yep.
Well,
Yep.
that's great. And, it's still a chunk of the book to get through, and I'm sure you still had plenty to talk to her about.
Yeah, and you know what? Here's the thing too. Like once you get into it, once we even we find that here on this show too, that when we get into a conversation, we just keep getting into it.
That is very true. We definitely get deeper into conversations. Like you start talking about something and it just sort of it builds. It doesn't exactly stay where you started.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's it. And that's certainly the thing here. It's certainly a real, like, I call it a game changer, but maybe it isn't. But I think it is because it's a game changer.
It is. Now, would you say there are any questions we could put out relating to any of this so far?
Um, I'm not sure if we can for this one because this is kind of specific to if a person is interested in this book.
That is true. It's a little bit more instructional and less of a thing that could be considered opinion based, I would think.
Yep. Yeah. So what about now? If we'd like, we how about we move on to Daisy Jones and the Sixth, and the Six actually. What what are your thoughts on that so far?
Much the same. I'm still
Mine
moving
too.
through it. Yeah, but I like the I like how the deeper you get into it and the more you get into, say, significant events or what would have been counted as significant events within their band, within the time, that how people's stories start to conflict, much as they do in real life. Accounts of the same event or encounter can kind of differ quite radically, and you sort of see that here. It's really interesting how it's done because someone can mention something and then they'll immediately come in with another character being like, not saying that's not how it happened, but saying something completely different.
Very much. Very much. That's true. Yes. Yeah, those are my thoughts as well on that, and it's the same with the high road leadership as well. Like kind of where it's at from where we last were on that one.
Okay, I haven't gotten any deeper into that one. Have you continued on with it?
I haven't either. No.
Okay.
But
Well, that's fair.
yeah, but I'm more about we can, but I'm more than happy to provide an update on that next week.
Sure, that would be great. And have you read anything else this week? Maybe you've kind of gotten into something else on your own?
Um, not. I don't think I've gotten into anything else.
Yeah, me too.
Not yet, anyway.
Yeah, and that's all right. There'll be plenty of time to get more into other books
Oh, I
together
did.
and
Yes. No.
separately.
Oh, yeah. No, actually, I did get into something a couple of weeks ago. I did get into turning the Black Sox white, which is on the which is kind of like a biography of the on the Chicago White Sox piece. Can't remember exactly what it's on because it's been a while since I've picked it up.
Sure.
But yeah, I kind of got into that as well a few weeks ago because I wanted to start something different. So
Right. Of course. Because sometimes, you have the ones that we read for this, you have the ones that we read for the panel, but sometimes you're just in the mood for something different.
although that was suggested for a panel,
That is also true.
so we will be discussing it there too.
Definitely.
We will be discussing it there. And if people want a little bit more in depth, if they want to hear a little bit more of our thoughts in depth on it, you can let us know, and we will discuss it here too after we discuss it on the panel. Just us though.
Yeah, sure thing. Now, shall we maybe select a book for next week?
Let's do it.
I was kind of looking at our pile that we've got going on, and the one I think I'm really intrigued by, if you're okay with starting another one, or if we want to keep.
No, absolutely.
Well,
We can do it. Let's do it.
okay, so the one that I was looking at that I was really intrigued by, I believe is called How to Say It, Words That Make a Difference.
Oh.
I don't quite know. I think the thing is that I don't quite know what it's going to be. I haven't looked at the description, but the title intrigues me. So
Yeah.
if you're all right with it, I'd like to go there.
Let's do it.
Awesome.
I'm excited for that. No, we've got a ton of show. We have a ton of content coming up here.
Absolutely we do, and it's always such a blast.
Yeah, I've had fun today as well, and I appreciate that. And I certainly appreciate doing this today as well. And it's always, and I'm, you know what, I just is it next week yet?
Unfortunately not, no, but I am looking forward to it too. I always appreciate being here and doing this with you.
Oh, me too. Yeah, absolutely. Now the important part.
Where you can find us.
Yes, where can you find us?
Loads of places. So we've got the Discord, Ali and Makara's Books. You can say hi, have a chat with us. You can drop book recommendations. You can answer the questions when we have them. Anything really that you want to do over there. We've got the YouTube where you might be listening live or you might be listening later on. That is also Ali and Makara's Books. Subscribe, like, comment, all the good things. You know, make sure you turn on your notifications so you always know when we're live.
Yes.
We've got... Oh, go on.
No, go ahead.
We've got the website, alienmacarasbooks.ca. For the updates, that's where they go up first, so you'll definitely want to be subscribed over there too.
Yes, we want you to subscribe there, please.
Yeah, we'd really appreciate it. And of course, you've got all your podcast platforms, Apple, Spotify, Amazon.
The YouTube's the big one, though.
The YouTube is the big one, but we just want you to know about your options as well.
Sure we do, but YouTube is obviously is easier to grow because everybody's pretty much on it.
That is true, and I would imagine, not to cast out any assumptions for anyone, but YouTube is quite universal in a sense. Quite a bit, maybe more people might use it than specific podcast platforms nowadays anyway.
Yes. Now, I like the dedicated podcast apps for some things because it makes kind of managing them easy. But I do now go on to a lot of although sometimes I will go on to YouTube more now.
Yeah, I think it just depends on how you want things kind of set up. If you want your podcast separate from everything else, or if you're okay with having it in with your audiobooks or your other videos and things. Personal preference.
Exactly, yeah.
And we also have email addresses for our website now. You can contact us, drop us a note. We'd love to hear from you. And mine is Makara Slobodian at alienmacarasbooks.ca, pardon me.
Yeah, we're going to verify those as well.
Yes, absolutely. So it's MACARA.SLOBODIAN at alienmacarasbooks.ca. What's yours, Ali?
It's Ali Musa at alienmacarasbooks.ca.
Excellent. And we will be back on July the 14th. Same time, same place, so don't forget to tune in.